So this is episode 2 of Arcade Spirits, the dating simulator, where I am an employee in an arcade and I date people. Enjoy the video. Yeah, so last time I got like an app. Let's see, I got an app that had a little lady in it that told me what to do, and I got this job at an arcade and I was bored, and now this is my first customer. Okay, here we go. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope. Just walking right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Okay. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact... he seems okay. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. Why can't I read? I don't know. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Bruh, reading comprehension. Oh my god, I can't talk. I can't talk? I can't talk. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I am Francine. I had some work done. Why, I am Francine, dear. The wonders of plastic surgery.
I think not.
Oh. Out. Now. Kidding. I'm Cricket. She hired me to work the desk. I'm her grandson's replacement. He doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but nods in satisfaction anyway.
Good to hear.
This dude is ripped. Why is he ripped? He works in an arcade. It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian. What? And loves working the floor. But sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So, she explained the job to you? Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff? With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper.
Oh. You're Gavin Cooper?
I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out there. I'm in your corner, at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smelly socks. You have no idea. Right. Well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways and you text me. While I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi. In that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Understood? This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly.
Indeed.
Good. I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than that last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Okay. Magic arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job.
Alright. Are you Kurt?
Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another.
That's quite dramatic.
Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically.
Okay, I'm Chaos.
The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality.
Okay.
My job is to see to it that never happens.
Okay.
That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business.
Damn.
So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard.
I thought it was you that sat there, but
Now,
okay.
Can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Yes! I'm still trying to figure out my why. To be honest, I'm still sorting out why I'm here, what my dream is. But I'm not here to step on anyone else's dreams in the process. I'm here to do my best at supporting everyone. Good to hear. I'd say we share similar views then. It'll be a pleasure to work with someone who's actually enthusiastic and competent. And hopefully, this hive of weirdness will help you find your dreams along the way. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around. That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door there, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads in the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less of a cool guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker. This Naomi that he mentioned. Although, I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe. Whoa. Something inside of me is trying to get out. Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. Oh, Naomi! Hello! In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. Hi! A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh. I didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me, for lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Ah! Oh. Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
I'm an employee, she said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm CricketWormwood. I'm the new floor attendant starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone.
Yeah.
I guess I forgot to check my texts. Oh, whoops.
She sounds like me. She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. She's totally focused on her task at hand. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi!
Hi.
Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Fair enough. Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathode, I don't know if I'm saying that right, ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of a nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. Beefy monitor, so beefy. Oh my god, it's so ripped. Maybe we could fill up nacho dip. Let's pack that baby with some thick, tasty guac and have a nacho party.
No.
Speaking as someone who's had to clean rat droppings out of a rescued cabinet, trust me when I say that that's a horrible, horrible idea. Well, there goes my appetite. Oh. Although the growling of my stomach suggests it won't be gone for long. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as we chat. But seriously, why is it so empty? It's a matter of form over function, I'd say.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down. But I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side. Then she steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile. Not just a job well done, but looking at the whole thing like it's fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee? I don't know. The bezel artwork. The what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree. It's beautiful in its own way. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Yes! Yes! She's falling in love with me. Let's go! Oh, good! Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny.
Woohoo!
Finally! So few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I can get along with him, generally. But his whole attitude is just, ugh.
Ugh.
That's what I said. All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new person really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So, I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. I'll let her keep talking. Ugh. I just get so mad thinking about what evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up.
No.
No, not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right of me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of a newbie. You seem like a good person, and you love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of person. Well, a strong person, at least. Well, you're a person? That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then. Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. My left, you're right, careful. Now forward, right, correct. I mean, not turn to the right, keep it coming, and there. Carefully, carefully, tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy. Especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but thanks for helping me out, Cricket. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... Oh, right. Stomach growling. Food required. Except, I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel...
Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had a pizza on a bagel... Shh! Hey, so... Any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo wub-sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know. Wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying back from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a boxed lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good, healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yeah, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit up the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important?
See ya!
See you after lunch! I can't help but think she's just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games, and it shows. And giving me her lunch? Me? A total stranger? That's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. Woo, woo, woo! I'm hungry. In real life. It's almost dinner time. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much. A few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Oh my god. Hello? Incoherent screaming or coherent screaming? Let's do incoherent. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Wait. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Oh, right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
Okay. I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Oh, hi. And I'm Cricket.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Yeah. Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today? This morning, to be specific?
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
Okay.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course! You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that security code, just to find me.
It just keeps going and going. Well, she's definitely passionate. She's got the imagination. Yeah, she's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it. A lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something.
And how would you have snuck out, I wonder?
I could have helped, but for a price. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement that beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Ah, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
Definitely! You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you... I can make you... Oh my god. I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. Jesus Christ. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So, Pinky is your creation. Intentionally. Yep, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally. If I had enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Aw, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far. No crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh. Limbs falling off seems bad? Oh, it was. Yesterday, I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to Showtime stage, and she tugged on my arm, and whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey, now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I tend to the floor. The floor is a thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The ones who always fight end up together. Mark my words, Cricket. Consider them marks.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep, Cricket. What's that sound? Drat. I set an alarm for when my lunch break is over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
No!
That's no good. Cricket needs their calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warms my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are heading out to... My brain just stopped. Anyway, let me restart. School's done, and late rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor, looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's A-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. That sentence feels so weird to me, but anyway. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on. No, time for daydreaming. I think I spot, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but which should I tackle first? Let's go check out the crowd at Showtime stage. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite the crowd that's assembling. This has to be against some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right to 1980X. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. A pulsating mass of people have surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime Stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Cricket? I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Tio? I got my first AA on the stop the beat. Double A.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I did. You're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even pass that song? Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing and one day maybe even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from Showtime Stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song, can you blame me? I'm getting really into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
Ew. How about you? You want to take the spotlight? No. I'm not the one for dancing with strangers. You know what dancing leads to? Me falling on my face in front of all these people. Either that or one of my customers enjoying a trip to the emergency room with a shattered foot. I'd rather not horribly embarrass myself right now. Let's save that for later.
Bummer.
'Tis a downright shame, but you can't blame me for trying. How could I resist to ask a person such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over here.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Teo's the best! Greatest guy here. He's sort of like our leader, yeah.
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He's also ripped. Is everyone in this game ripped? Am I ripped? Can I be ripped? He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Stop, we just met.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close.
Can you back up then? I don't want to be close to you right now.
I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang.
Your gang.
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Teo outstretches his arms to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. No. Teo's a persistent one, but at least he's not mean about it. Maybe after I've played Showtime Stage multiple times. Alone. Possibly in the dark. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I don't know if this one's for me. I'd like to avoid injuring anyone, notably myself. With enough practice, you'll get it. Plus, I could always teach you. Yeah, I think I'll pass. I'm actually on the clock right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Cricket. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime Stage now that I think about it. He's out. I'm in. It's currently year 0 of the floor attendant cricket regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Cricket. And I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime Stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True. Most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. I go around and make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Teo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? Let's film a workplace safety video. Good. We can start by getting to know workplace safety together. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you've got to break up the band. Unless you want to film one of those retro 1960 public service announcement videos where someone loses a leg dancing off the stage into a crowd.
Well,
Yeah. Guess we're kind of overdoing it a little. Shaking hands with danger. Hey, when the heat is on and the lights are shining, these things happen. I'll take care of it. Luckily, the song that was being played just finished. Teo jumps on the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Aw man, but why? I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. It's Cricket's first day, so let's show them some respect. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great. Now I'm gonna be known as the party pooper. I guess I've had worse reputations in my lifetime. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Cricket's just doing their job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better. I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
of course I know.
You should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
Sorry, I just had to go turn off my heater. Hopefully I remember to edit that out. As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Cricket has spoken. I don't want to be a cop. Gross. I start to walk away ready for my next venture, when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade like a model employee. I say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. Let's see what to handle next. Let's talk to the person who's being obnoxious. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade, where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me about it earlier, while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down to the top and bottom lanes, clearing waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchased items, and ninja summons. FOD is a sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way that the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the world over top. Oh my god, okay. I can't read. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these are words that...
What the
What the actual was that? No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be f***ing me. There is no way that this is even plausible. Those hitboxes don't even connect. This game, it all night long. Haha, get wrecked. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I saved up a little something extra special for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for hard. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops, maybe. Wait, what? You haven't been farming, how could... XP share technique with creep waves. Take this. 5-fold explosive death clot technique. What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG.
Fodder.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
I love you. My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here, watching intently during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was an arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at?
You. Hi.
Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
No. Oh, seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question, I opt to take a moment and collect my thoughts. From what I've somehow gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. That jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. And that's saying a lot, considering who I've run into so far. Oh yeah. I want to hang out with her more. With that level With that level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she's getting out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and it seems like she wins a lot. At least between bursts of, what did Iris call it? Saltiness?
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
I'm having flashbacks to middle school. Ah! She snaps her fingers to grab my attention.
So, are you gonna f***ing quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
No. From what I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player of this game. Nope. No thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
Hell yeah. I'm actually pretending to work here. Shh. Oh, it's all just a front. I wander around the floor to, pick up drop tickets in hopes of getting one of those giant stuffed flamingos behind the prize counter. I know, right? If I was as good as those ticket games as I am at FOD, I'd have like a flock of giant pink flamingos. Maybe I'd even give you one. Maybe.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Cricket. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. It might take them time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where the name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks. No problem. We gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
Damn. I figured that when you put your arms over your head, cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee!"
Hey, I do not sound like that. Well, maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Pear and Teo. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh, great. Now she's even making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool, too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? Parasocial relationships. If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yeah. Oh, you sweet child. You are so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. This is like me trying to convince you guys to like and comment and subscribe, which by the way, you guys should like and comment and subscribe, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want, but I would really appreciate it if you didn't unsubscribe. Sure, I'd like to learn more. Well, it is part of my job to know all about the games here. And if Queen Bee is going to give me some insight on the culture around this game, I should take advantage of that. Lead me farther into the dark abyss, my mistress.
Yeah.
Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the Fist of Discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of text she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. The webcam there, it broadcasts my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. Costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning, but after doing this here for a couple years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. My brain is like glitching today. Anyway, there is so much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with the console version of FOD. The crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
Nope. No way.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that was part of my warm-up matches. I've got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in fodder, as in, you know, chum. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Loser. Yeah, I got the idea. Yes. Queen Bee sees something out of the corner of her eye and glances around to the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the Street Fighter cabinet. Ah, my crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
What the?
I gotta go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, alright? Sure. One thing. Can you keep the swearing down at least a little? We've got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? But for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick.
Later.
Later. Later. Later. And with a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me. Come back. And returns to her fist of discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig, and the shouting and milder swearing starts up again. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Passion seems to run deep in this arcade. Everybody's spirit burning with passion for, well, various things, but hey, passion's passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOD community in this arcade, despite being a tiny strip mall joint. Good to know. Let's see. What to handle next? I don't know. What should I handle next? I don't know. It's such a hard choice. An irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on! Hurry up and finish your game! Do you even work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yeah, I'm Cricket, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Curses up a blue streak? What does that mean? Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of off this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of side of the story before rushing to judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again. Twice. Huh. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up the game's marquee, thank you Naomi, which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name. Oh, it's like Pac-Man. Is it? I don't know. Sure. I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. A bit terse, as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or this other guy would probably put it, holy, that's of a high score. Excuse me! Right. Sir, can you please wrap up your game? No. I'm keeping a good pace here. Plenty of lives restocked, on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow, the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in British accent. Like I'm watching some documentary program on the BBC. Wait, I get to do a British accent in this for real? Let's go. You all get to hear my terrible British accent? Let's go. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play the games too. He finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first, I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete, and as he pulls his wallet out. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, covered what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. That sounds Australian, but whatever. I have never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dude's rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy Moopy for $3K. What do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it plus parts, yes. Absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of grasp on the real costs of an old arcade machine. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. No. No. It's an older game and actually only costs us about $200, but, well, it's part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way, but he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way, I can keep chasing the score. But your arcade... Oh my god, I can't do an accent, but it's okay. But your arcade stays whole. I'd hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flay me for passing up $2,000. Good. I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the man? What kind of arcade is this anyway? I'm going to Deco's Palace. Okay, bye. And we just lost a customer. Stomping his way out of the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, well, he goes right back into playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Splashing around in the cash, aren't we, Mr. Moneybags? I'd half expect him to be wearing a top hat and a monocle, always passing go and collecting $200, always scooping up Broadway and Park Place. Well, given his accent, probably collecting 200 pounds and scooping up a Park Lane in Mayfair. Sure, he let us keep Mr. Moopy, but buying exclusive access? That's a bit weird, isn't it? He's definitely a bit older than me. Definitely a bit heavier and, not a great first impression. Sorry. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, CricketWormwood, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
Good beeps and boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's
Fair
all
enough.
about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
When he's an empath. Oh my god, he's an empath.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi gets that. I literally can't do accents. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy has been standing here since I was working the morning shift. Hours and hours, and he's still only about 720k into this game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning question. They burn like fire. How is it he can afford this game? So, gonna get your Moopy dipped in gold? If it was me tossing around green like that... Oh, I read that so weird. If it was me tossing around green like that, I'd have my game coated in solid gold and encrusted with diamonds. Amusing, but gold's a bit heavy, isn't it? It'd break through the floor. But, you know, it'd be shiny, right? Right?
Don't think so.
Certainly, but I don't throw around money to impress people. Wouldn't want to make my game that ostentatious. It's a bit much, yeah? Money removes obstacles, nothing more, nothing less. It's like a tool, like any other. I do day trading, stocks and bonds. It's really nothing interesting, afraid. Care more for Moopy as a whole. Right. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Be seeing you, Mix Wormwood. How do you pronounce that? Mix. Yet another weird encounter in a string of weird encounters. What a weirdo. I'm not entirely sure yet what to make of him. Just a rich creep, or a rich creep with a heart of gold? There's more going on there than I initially thought. I should be careful about not letting first impressions be lasting ones. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done, but you know. I'm so at peace, in fact, that I don't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're gonna work out just fine. Anyway, I've prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
So, you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Francine hasn't fired them yet, right? An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering.
Ooh.
Cricket's off to a great start. Here's to your first day, followed by many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? Taking this job was a risk. The arcade business is a risk. And if I knew if I didn't leap into it, well, I'd stay utterly stuck in life. It's been a strange kind of day. Hectic, stressful, surreal at times. But I've been riding that wave, and riding it well. My coworkers seem just as strange, which is a plus. We're all in this together. I could find some kindred spirits with this crew. So, dream job? Could it be? It very well could be. We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. How about we game for a bit? Speak for yourself. I still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What? Naomi. You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney. Oh my god. Whoa. The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
What? The look of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party. How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5-year-olds? Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing ski balls overhand into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into coin slots. Pulling at my costume, tearing off pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom, the end is nigh.
I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway. Have fun, dears.
Francine, come back. Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desks so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for the hardware damage. Cricket, roaming duty, look for trouble, do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans, disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... children! An explosion of small humans rushes the door, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on, or even just pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations. Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley near the door trying to distract the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults. Beats waiting in line at the exchange machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos has multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball, being bounced around. Or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Cricket, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. I think I'm gonna end the episode there because that was a lot. So, you know the drill. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later if you decide, although I would really appreciate it if you didn't unsubscribe. And let me know if you want more of this, because I'm probably gonna play more of this anyway, but like it would like mean a lot to me if you told me that you wanted more, or maybe if you even didn't want more, but you know, leave a comment. Just tell me your thoughts and opinions. And I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully soon. See you then. Bye-bye.